Welcome to Watches with Dennis, and today I'm reviewing the Parmigiani Fleurier Kalpa Tonda, reference PFC 224-120-1100. This watch is from my personal collection. It was purchased used, and I've owned it about a week at this point. Parmigiani is a young brand founded in 1996. It is owned by the Sandoz Family Foundation, which also owns Vaucher Manufacture Fleurier, which supplies the movements to Parmigiani watches. Hermes supplies the straps, which incidentally has a 25% stake in Vaucher Manufacture. But let's go ahead and get some measurements out of the way. This watch is officially advertised as a 39mm watch, but according to my calipers, I get about 38.9mm. I get over 44mm lug to lug, get a thickness of 8.7mm, and a lug width of 22mm. This watch offers 30 meters of water resistance. The watch case is made out of 18 karat white gold, and as you can see is mostly polished and includes very distinctive teardrop-shaped lugs. At the 3 o'clock position is a Parmigiani signed crown. The crown does have 3 positions. In position 0, the watch can be wound. It is not a screw-down crown. In position 1, the date can be quickset as such. And in position 2, the watch's time can be set. The watch does feature hacking, so you can see the small seconds hand has stopped moving while I'm in position 2. Back in position 0, and the watch is running again. Parmigiani describes this dial color as champagne, but it is much lighter than any champagne color I've seen advertised from other manufacturers. I have found in certain lighting conditions it very much looks like champagne. In other lighting conditions it tends to look more white. In other lighting conditions it tends to look more silver. The hour and minute hands are in what is known as Delta style, and despite being a dress watch, they do feature lume. The dial itself consists of a series of steps or tiers. The outermost edge of the dial is the highest point, and you can see it features both applied indices and Arabic numerals at the 12, 2, 4, 8, and 10 o'clock positions. The font of these numerals is unlike any I've ever seen on any other watch before, and the effect to me is a bit like Breguet numerals, but clearly its own font type. There are also hour lume pips at the edge of the dial until you get towards the bottom 6 o'clock portion. That part is not lumed. Moving inward, we step down a level of depth, and now we can see printed markers, longer ones for each hour, and the dial has become lighter in coloration. Beneath the 12 o'clock position is the Parmigiani Fleurier branding. Towards the 6 o'clock position, we step down a third time even lower, and now we are at the small seconds feature. A date window is at the 6 o'clock position, but it is a wide window, so it displays multiple dates at a time. The current one can be easily identified, not just because it is centered, but because the 6 o'clock hour marker towards the edge of the dial is red and designed to highlight which date is active. Because the date window is so large, it actually completes a 4th step down, so you end up with a very three-dimensional watch dial, unlike any I've seen from any other brand. Given this watch features lume, here is some footage of that lume freshly charged. This watch does have a display case back, which shows off the PF331 movement. This movement is automatic. It has a gold rotor, and the movement itself features 32 joules, beats at 4 Hz, and offers approximately 55 hours of power reserve. There is Côte de Genève decoration applied to the bridges, which are the main elements that are visible beyond the rotor itself. But here is a slightly different shot of the movement if you want to get a look at the balance. Putting this watch on my time grapher, I get an average across all 6 positions of plus 3.17 seconds per day. The range of readings were minus 2 seconds per day up to plus 8 seconds per day. Here you can see what the watch looks like on my wrist. My wrist size is approximately 6.75 inches. The alligator strap does have a white gold pin buckle. Strangely, despite this being a standard length strap, it came with 2 fewer holes than usual, so I had to punch a hole further up the strap to get the watch tight enough. That's the first time I've ever encountered this on a leather strap of normal length. And here is some additional footage that I shot outside to give you a perspective of the watch in natural light. So, what are my overall thoughts on this watch? I'd say the main positives are it is comfortable to wear, it has a great, interesting dial, and it is reasonably accurate. And the two negatives would be having to modify the strap was a bit annoying to me, and I find lume on a dress watch a bit goofy. I don't really, as you can tell, have much in the way of complaints. I did buy a leather hole punch kit, and using that was easy enough, but despite measuring the proper spacing for the holes, I did slip, didn't get the hole exactly where I wanted, had to make it a little bit larger to line it up appropriately. Overall, it wasn't the biggest deal. Holes tend to stretch and deform over time in leather straps, at least if you wear them reasonably tight. And so I didn't expect things to stay perfect or be perfect, especially given my inexperience on it. But given as expensive as alligator straps are, I would say if you have a smaller wrist and you are worried, you might want to go and ask a professional to take care of punching the holes, or ask to see if the seller of the watch might have a smaller strap more reasonably sized for your wrist. As for the lume, I'm fine with it, but I am listing it as a negative because some might find it anathema to what they think of as a true dress watch to actually feature lume. Otherwise, though, all of this watch is a positive to me. As dress watches go, the dial is very complex without really calling attention to itself, especially from a distance. I think that the combination of the delta hands, the strange font used for the Arabic numerals, and the multiple tiers or steps to the dial, all in all make for a very interesting piece, unlike anything else I can think of from another brand. I should note this style of Kalpa Tonda is discontinued, so you will need to shop used if you want to find one that looks like this. They did make this watch in a number of different dial colors, case metal configurations, and sizes. Thanks for watching this review video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like as it helps the channel out. Subscribe if you'd like to be automatically notified when I release new videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.